Welcome to a meeting with People Can.
Actually,
The camera. We're live.
Already? Okay.
Oh.
Okay. The Inalåhan Municipal Planning Council meeting called to order as of 6:53. This for the open government law, this meeting was first announced on PDN and Chief 7 Stereo on May 29, and a follow-up on June 3rd. So you want to do the roll call?
Mayor Anthony P. Targloff Jr.,
President?
Michael Weekly,
Present.
Stephanie Targloff, President, Janine Targloff, President, Kathleen Tigerman, President, Joseph Menos,
Yeah,
Roy Targloff,
President.
Erica Leon Guerrero, Gwen Diego, Alfred Garrido,
Present.
Latrina Manzanoni. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to the treasurer's report.
Secretary.
I mean, sorry, secretary's report.
Mr. Chair, I motion to approve the Secretary's report of April 24th, 2024, subject to correction.
I second.
Okay, there's a motion for to accept the minutes of April 24th, 2024, made by Joe Mendo, seconded by Kathy Tagui. Is there any discussion on this, or seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
So the balance for the NAF account as of today, June 5th, is $2,629.88. On the Family Lotto grant, the balance as of today is $43,548.90. And on the host community benefit fund, the balance as of today is $7,558.50.
I have a question, Jay, regarding the host community fund. I'm sorry, the Famagungado, that's the grant, right?
Yes.
So this is how much we have left, and we're gonna encumber all of this by September?
Yes.
What program funds come out of this?
So we
What
have our
programs are being funded?
baseball and basketball.
Baseball and basketball?
Yes.
Those are the only two programs?
Yes, well, baseball just ended, so they have one more payroll.
What we did for both? Oh, okay.
So under the baseball and basketball, are they all up to date with the required documents? So I'm assuming there's documents that go out for the groups for them to sign, and
Yes.
are they, what do you mean, one more payroll?
So they already have one more final payment.
For the baseball?
Yeah.
How much is due to them?
So for the,
So the last two activities is paid.
so for the coaches, there's two coaches, so their payment will be 1,000 each. And then the trainers, there's also two, it's $995. And then the umpire, there's also two, and the table score, there's also another two, and that's $408.
And they're all, every required document that was sent out to that program they're up to date. There's no lacking documents, there's no
Invoices.
Well, I'm waiting, there is one more, well, I did receive a receipt, but I asked her to send me another one because it's really so small, I cannot get it out. So I'm still waiting on that.
We don't have any issues with the two programs?
Basketball, no. It's the baseball that's kind of a problem.
What's the issue?
So, when we didn't expect more war to happen. So there was some damages to the baseball field, so we did I did seek guidance first from Gita, and I spoke with Kiki to make sure everything is okay, that we can use it. She said because we do have a program, we can go ahead and use it. So we did the lights, we did the dugout, and we also did the fencing. So with that, I had to drop some of their payment, and they weren't happy about it. But I did tell them that I have to take some of their funds, and I also closed out another program to cover.
Because if you didn't, then they wouldn't have a program.
Yeah.
So they got something out of it, but not the whole amount,
So
which makes sense.
Yeah, so the manager is really, she's upset that she's only gonna get 1,000 out of 2,000 for her payment.
She could have done nothing.
I think the better conclusion there is that you just have run programs, all volunteer basis, never
Right.
ever get paid. So, we kind of spoiled them to the point where, I don't want to say regret doing it, but man, every other village, they don't really, but we just wanted to kind of infuse the monies within the community. And it was like kind of an incentive for them to continue the program, which they did, and they were always doing it before this whole program started. So I think it's just a matter of greed, if you ask
Are
me.
they an outside
And their
organization?
facilities is better, right? So you've got lights now,
Yeah.
they ask for lighting, they ask for other things, so you got that.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the baseball program has ended?
Yes,
It's
it did
finished?
end it, yes.
Do they return back the equipment to the mayor's office?
They're supposed to, because every equipment that they purchased was from the grant.
Was for the, minus
Yeah,
uniform?
the uniforms, no,
Okay,
those belong to the kids.
So I would assume we're not paying them until they return.
I
would-
I think,
would
yeah.
suggest that. They might
I wouldn't,
take that as their
yeah.
$1,000 compensation for, yeah, which I would think any program, they would have to return all the equipment and everything.
Yeah. So you
In order
have
to-
an inventory and maintain.
Do you have an
Yeah,
asset
storage.
listing of what?
Yes,
equipment-
I do, but it's just that one invoice that was 4,000, that was spent, 4,000 some, and I cannot make it out. It's really blurry, and I already asked her so many times,
Yeah,
and she keeps saying, I'll send it, and I still have nothing.
yeah, I think we need, because, at the end of this cycle, right? And we're fast approaching September. And with our Attorney General, the audit will happen.
Oh, yeah.
And we cannot put ourselves in a position to not be in compliance with. And then, that just sets precedents for our office, right? If we have good record keeping and, where we hold accountable everybody to include, teams or whatever they call themselves outside. I think we should, and I'm not sure if this calls for motion, but I'll motion that before we disperse the last payroll, they need to turn in the receipt, a clear receipt, and they need to turn over the equipment, and it has to be verified by you or one of the mayor's staff to make sure, and that includes equipment that's not working. So if there's equipment that's damaged, they shouldn't have thrown it away. It would be this office to survey it. Because that's the justification that you can report back to Gita after this completion of the. So that's my motion, is that we do not disburse the last payroll until the two items are cleared.
Oh, you have a motion.
I'll second it.
Can you repeat your motion?
My motion is that the last payroll to be held until they turn over the pending receipt.
This is for baseball?
Yes. Pending receipt, and it's also applicable to the basketball.
Oh, no, they don't hold anything. We have everything staged up in the container.
Oh,
So
okay,
when they do go to practice, Marissa unlocks it and gives them the book.
okay. So my motion is for, apply only to the baseball group, that the last payroll be not disbursed until they return the two pending. The first one is the receipt, and the second one are the equipment, to include the ones that are damaged or no longer operable.
Okay, so there's a motion to vote any payment of any payroll to the baseball team until such time that equipment is returned. Motion made by Joe Mino and seconded by Kathy Tyree. Is there any further discussion on this motion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay, motion carries.
I have a question. And some of them got up. Does this grant allow for humanitarian assistance?
Yes, I forgot. I emailed, Gita, and I was asking them, and they said just because we do have, a baseball program, or we did have a baseball program and they were part of it, we can go ahead and assist them.
So all this assistance is for baseball?
Yes,
And this is for their off-island travel?
yes. Because we were getting a lot of requests, so I just thought out of the box and called Gita just to check.
Is there a cap for humanitarian, or it's what funds
So it
are
was
there?
whatever, 'cause we only had some, like, funds left under the equipment part, so we.
Also, the funds came out of the equipment category
Yes,
for what was supposed to be for equipment.
yes. Because already the baseball program had ended, so there was no need for them to purchase any more equipment.
And I think I've asked this question, but are we financially stable to fund all the way to the end of this cycle for the manager and the clerk payroll?
Yes.
Okay.
A motion for
The what?
the treasurer's report.
I motion to approve the treasurer's report subject to correction.
Second that motion.
Okay, there's a motion, the first, to accept the treasurer's report as presented, made by Joe Bendo, seconded by Roy Cradley. Roy Charbonneau. That was what you said, Kathy, Roy Charbonneau. Is there any, if there's no further discussion, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Public comment. Nobody?
Just real quick, going back to the school plans, do we see possibly continuing the grant next year?
So we,
The same,
well, maybe Jimmy could speak, so I know.
Well, we did get, word that there is gonna be another grant, but they're not sure when. So it's gonna be something similar to now, but it's not as much as we got.
yeah. So I'm just thinking that, since we kind of discussed a little bit about the equipment and everything, I think we should make a standard operating procedure for like for all groups, right? Basketball, if they get equipment or whatever, that they sign off on it in the beginning of the program, saying, look, if anything is encumbered or procured for the program, that, we're gonna be responsible for it. Just upfront, right? So there's no, question in the end.
The funding source for the got out is ARP from the governor's office,
Gita,
or did it? ARP?
no, which one?
From Gun got out. The funding source is from
The Kama Goman?
the ARP grant.
No, that's a Gita grant,
Yeah,
right? You guys applied it through Gita?
yes.
Yeah. She was
But
a
the funds,
grant.
I think were, I don't think it's coming out of public health.
Yeah.
So Gita was assisting them to.
Not ERP.
The shelter grant.
So where did they get the grant?
Huh?
Where did they get the grant?
I think it's
Yes,
the
public health.
CCD,
Public health.
Yeah, public health.
child care development something.
Okay.
Which is also under ARP.
Yeah. Your May Fiesta expenses, the 20,000, is that both in San Jose and San Ysidro?
Yes.
Motion now that we use for that.
So we went over $195.
Fine.
Yeah, that is for the busing,
Yeah, I forgot about that when we asked for something.
$3,000 for the busing?
Because it's for to bring the Roxy kids down. So it depends on, how many cadets can fit in a bus and how many hours, and then they include travel time
So that's what we pay DPW?
for both
Yeah, for
Fiestas.
both
That's the
events
total for both
combined, yeah.
Fiestas.
We,
So if you look at San Ysidro, they had just one school alone with 120 kids.
Yeah,
And that required like 2 buses.
Oh,
60 per bus.
60%. So the biggest expenditure was Malolo?
No, it was actually in Inalåhan.
Oh,
San Jose.
So the largest expense was the busing.
Oh,
Overall.
Where are you looking at 3,000 for
The
the bus?
last two pages, at the very bottom.
Sorry. Oh, hello, Fiesta.
Come on, boy.
So this check for Leo Polino, he won tuba first and coconut husking third. Oh, okay, so one check rather than.
yes, then writing off
Makes sense.
difference. Like I did with San Jose with different checks.
Oh, Pierre won?
They won last year, first place.
Yeah, he won tuba and coconut husking.
But not in Inalåhan, only Maloro? Oh.
This,
Where's the bus here on the ledger?
Is it the last?
second page, last one.
195?
No, that's the you were short. Look at the 39.75. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
cost. You have $1,000 to Janice Fujikawa.
So with that one, she had hosted also last year.
And they overlooked
And,
things.
yeah, it was a
When
last.
did you get the grant? When did you get the grant? Before or after the first time?
No, this is not, it's from the host community fund, the 20 grand. Last meeting, we approved.
Yeah, but aren't they expenses? Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
From the host.
Okay.
What was that?
So with Janice,
2023 and 2024?
yeah, so she hosted last year, last minute. She went ahead and accepted a school last minute. So we dropped into her and then I just forgot to make payment.
So when they went to ask her
So
again,
after this year,
she didn't want because she was skipped last year.
So I went ahead and I made payment for both.
Okay.
And then last year the typhoon had happened after, so it kind of slipped my mind. What it did, so.
Next year I'm gonna tax 15.
Okay.
okay?
Try it.
Okay, so we'll just move right on ahead to item number 7, which is old business.
Mayor's report.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
For that, I just want to say that,
No.
Jeline and, Alicia completed the grant writing training. And that was indicated for.
Oh,
You're
we're on
ready?
your
I'll
report?
hire you.
We're back to your report?
Yeah,
Okay.
But anyway, so these guys completed the grant writing training, and so like Roy alluded to in the future grants, of course, I feel a lot more confident now that being trained that we will have a better verbiage in all future grants, and they'll be going after a lot more than just the one for the kids, do more kinds of grants. Alithia also completed her ethics training, so if she does something wrong, it's all her fault now. So she's fully aware of the do's and the don'ts. I never reported to you guys, we also got the resignation of Chris Meno, and we're now in the process of recruiting Robert Polino to be another one of our community maintenance worker. And so that's kind of like what's been going on here.
What stage are we with Robert?
He's waiting for clearance his GGI clearance
His what?
from Department of Labor.
GG what?
GG1.
Did you want?
So Robert was a Department of Labor employee, but because he's transitioning over to the Mayor's Council, and GG1 showing that he's been, released from there before he transited over into the Mayor's Council.
So he didn't actually start the DOA process?
Not yet.
Okay.
They're waiting for the clearance first. But his resignation was effective last week Friday.
Also, this position doesn't have to be complicated. But people apply it, you announce it.
Does it have to be what?
Yeah.
Oh, no. This is, yeah. No, this is not.
So his resignation was effective
Last week Friday.
last week
Just
Friday?
last week Friday?
Yeah,
In
So,
the labor program.
Labor
oh, I
program.
thought Chris.
no.
But Chris was no longer on the payroll since a couple
Ever
weeks ago.
since-
Since
Yeah, so-
April 5th. So the thing is that he had to clear out first.
Yeah.
Before he can pick up anybody. So when when they called me at the council that I can submit another application, Robert had to resign first.
I don't know why is it announcing. I've been like kind of upset at the whole process because I think this new system now, I don't know why, but we're being advised that he needs to clear out part of the legal first.
It's even prior to the new system. That's
You
not,
can't have two government.
yeah, you have to clear
You can't
out
have
from
two
one
G1s
entity.
in the system.
No, but what I'm saying is, so I was thinking if I was working, for example, as a police officer and I applied at Parks and Rec, why would I have to resign first in order to be picked up there? I don't even know.
Because
if
you
I'm
can't
gonna
be employed by two government
No, but-
entities at the same time.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be picked up. But here's the thing, right?
There's a chance you can.
No, but here's the thing, you need to pass a drug test, right? So I'm saying, what if he went there and he didn't pass a drug test?
That's the,
The guy
that's
just
the
lost out on
risk.
both sides.
That's the risk they take.
I know.
You can go through the interview process, you can have him take a test and all that, but before his GG1 gets processed, he's gonna have to resign regardless. Because there's no way the system will take the GG1 with two same
And
persons.
it cannot be done even as an autonomous agency, most especially going to a line agency. You need to resign, officially resign and clear before they can execute the GG1 on the receiving party side. Now, if you're doing a lateral transfer, that's a different story.
And your GG1 initiates the drug test.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, yeah, but he's not getting paid.
No, so right
He
now,
still comes.
But he still works?
Yeah, he's okay.
it's back to
Waiting for the
ATM,
reservation.
ask them here.
You haven't heard of the job or anything.
That's a good one.
Let's just be very careful when he's out in the field, because if anything happens, you know.
It's a volunteer.
And he's signing,
Something happens to
he
me,
signed like a temporary
When was his effective date of resignation?
Friday.
Friday.
And then how long does it take to pick up an employee in
Oh,
the
it
DOH?
takes,
Everything else pending current labor, and then of course, once DOA,
so
gets wind.
DOA will release his GG1, execute his GG1 for resignation. And then he's gonna have to begin the official, application process up at DOA. So fill out the application,
But
Blah, blah,
the
blah, all that good
the
stuff.
resignation, everything is online.
yeah.
Everybody approves it online, so,
I know.
you know.
And what's the salary, what's the starting of their salary for the maintenance?
15.
Wow.
Really?
So he's,
That's good.
15 something.
Okay.
So whole business we fiesta. We talked primarily about that, all regarding primarily the financials and how everything's closed out, and that's kind of what that was.
Job well done, everybody.
Yep.
All right,
I think it
Mayor,
was a good job.
King,
Anything to discuss about the main fiesta, or we kind of did a lot of
see,
that.
Yes, I
we
have to-
survived even without a coronation.
I'd like to bring up I think you should have requirements for a field. I mean, $1,000 for a small ring to hang is,
Yeah,
No, I agree,
Can we
we need to
just
set criteria
yeah.
for folks.
yeah.
Especially, or we just lower our price.
Yes.
No.
Oh, before, yes.
You can
Because
do
remember for
deliberation
Christmas, we
requirements.
set a requirement, remember, a size requirement for Christmas.
So you can do the liberation, use, or the Christmas and use it and just modify it to fit. It has to be this long, you have to have, whatever fits the theme of the, whatever the fiesta is. Either you have future products, you don't, things like that. But,
I mean, this fiesta, I mean, it's just like a little trailer and.
yeah, I agree with that, because I
Even
saw one
if
of
the
the
trailer
floats,
meets the requirements, it's so big, but.
I saw one of the
should
floats,
have
like they just took whatever trash they had in the front and dumped it on top of the trailer. And here it's saying they want $1,000. Shit, if I had known that, I would have done that in the back of my truck.
And I think also the good news is Auntie Judy has agreed to take on the chairmanship 1 more year. But she's gonna need a vice chair to eventually take off, so it'll be like every 2 years and then the vice chair takes over.
sash themselves?
That's something we have to make sure.
I think it's always been the mayor's office, even when Roy was.
For the marshals, I can see that.
For the right one.
He was an every 7 hours.
No?
Yeah, and an
But we
advice,
got the sample from you.
an advice to each councils from St. Joseph and San Isidro. When you're requesting for the sash, if you don't request it 2 or 3 days before the event starts,
Yeah.
because those things have to be specially made. So at the 11th hour, somebody was looking for a sash for San Jose Fiesta Grand Marshal, like,
You just have a standard and like order a dozen of them.
yeah.
Year, yeah.
Grand Marshal,
Just put the year on
and
it.
Isidro.
Yeah, or order one and just tell her we need one for 2025. We need one for 20, just do the same.
Yeah,
and all that.
because they don't put their names. It
But
just
do we
says-
need to get price quotes if it's government funds? Do we need to get? Still, government is
Yeah.
appropriate. and all that. What I'm
So
saying is,
let's practice to just get the quotes.
Honestly, I think we have to do,
what's the dollar amount?
what do you call that?
Isn't it like below
That
2,000?
paper we're supposed to do for every expenditure from the host community and the, what did Gil do? I forgot the name of that document is called.
Or resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Every expenditure has to be approved through a resolution.
So, is there anybody here that can?
I think,
Anybody can do the right one. We just take one and we just change the words to meet.
I can forward it to you because
And the
Gil did it.
numbers just, the numbers
They
are
just
just,
go in
sequence.
So I think you just need to backtrack when you have some downtime, which I doubt with
There's a
this,
lot-
with
there's
this
a lot of-
mayor. We need, just for documentation purposes, especially
No.
when we get
What did
audited, it's good for we have.
Did you just say there's a lot of doubt?
I said, when, but there's no.
Oh, shit. Stop it.
That's something we need to, you know.
Consider.
Yeah.
We.
Well, wouldn't the
discussed that
resolution
prior.
be after we get the quotes?
No, the
To award
resolution,
the-
To authorize expenditure.
To authorize.
And how we execute with the vote.
Oh, that's not good.
You were live, sir.
Sorry.
But I think, yeah, maybe just,
On a live.
just moving forward.
Okay.
or,
Okay. We're going to reconsider, how we do the coordination. And to Judy, I was talking to her about it and, we don't always have to have a male, female. We just have to, think about, what's, the consensus of the group. We want to do older, younger. Like I said, for the last 3 years, I think we should do it older, but Stephanie always overrules me in Marion, so I always have to go with them. But really, I think you get the older candidates, maybe 15, 16, 17. They come with friends. They come with people that like to spend money. Their parents are going to come down and watch because their son or daughter's partner is being, potentially Fiesta Queen, Fiesta King, things like that. And they just have a better pool of, it doesn't put all the pressure on the parents for a 12-year-old or a 9-year-old. The high school kids can sell their tickets at school when they go meet up with their friends, and they have a large network. And I just think that's something we should consider next year if we, want to pursue a,
Kind of like the Liberation Day.
yeah.
Does the MPC get involved with the?
Not necessarily, but they do play a role in
Half
the
of
Fiesta
half of the
celebration.
numbers are.
But they get involved with the Fiesta celebration and the meetings. The mayor is usually the honorary chair for the Fiesta unless we have one elected, so. And it's always good for them and all that, so. But other than that, I think we had a good Fiesta. People were enjoying themselves. The breeze was good. It wasn't hot, really, and all that. And I think we had a great time.
Okay,
We had
moving
some
forward.
great entertainment too.
Item number 8, new business, War Memorial. You have anything to say? So we have, I want to announce that our War Memorial for this year in Inalåhan is scheduled for July 17 at 9 a.m. Janine is currently working on the program. I already spoke to Joe asking if he can do the emceeing for this event. I'm asking though that all of you guys, honestly, the MPC show up for this, and particularly because it's the 80th year. And so some of the plans that we already discussed,
Yes. The one down there?
yes.
Okay.
So one of the big things that we're gonna do is already you can purchase Dove balloons. We're gonna have to get the helium tank. We're gonna pump those up. What we're gonna do this year as part of the releasing of the doves is we're gonna ask, like in your case, Joe, for example, like your grandparents, you can write their names on the dove, and they will release it. Everybody who's in attendance is able to release a dove in honor of their family or grandmother in this case, right? And so I think that's what's gonna make this a little bit more special. And also, what is the plan? So Jay and I are going to be leaving this Saturday, and our plans is to go back there and purchase, like Lay's, bags, and the like stuff to give away to the uncles. We're also looking at designing a shirt to be given out to those in the audience, and to include the MPC as well. Of course, our target is going to be primarily the uncles that show up there, whether they're from Inalåhan or other districts. Because a lot of these guys, they use this as their pilgrimage, they follow it. But of course, we're going to prioritize first our uncles from Inalåhan, and if there's leftover shirt, then we're going to be giving it out to.
What would the shirt say?
Or what does it look like?
Should have a picture of the war memorial, right?
Yeah, we're going to say the 80th memorial in the front in Inalåhan, and then the rear is going to show the memorial the way it looks on the photo.
I actually have a picture of it.
It's gonna say the 80th.
Oh, wow,
what?
you can speak?
We're still kind of we're not getting into the final details, but we're just kind of have a general idea.
It's
of
not,
what we're trying to do.
is it gonna tie into the 80th liberation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to say 80th on the front.
That one, and then I'll share the other one. We actually have two. Or the other thing is going to get one.
Again, these are all conceptual designs, they're not yet
How,
finalized.
how would these be purchased?
So I've reached out already to somebody within the community who's willing to sponsor this. I'll just say it out loud, it's going to be Eddie Regis and the owner of Rubbish Man, Bob Perone.
For the shirt giveaways or the purchase of the giveaways as well?
No, just to purchase the shirts on us.
Oh, okay.
For a lot of the,
So this is like a donation.
yes, and then I'm just waiting on the price, but I did tell him that I don't think I anticipate it to be more than $2,000 then.
I shared the first image, and Thea is going to get the other one.
And yeah, again, it's only a conceptual design, this is nothing yet.
Conceptual.
But we're still looking at other options, we're waiting on another
Maybe
option.
This
it
is
has to.
nice.
Does it have to be dry fit?
Yes.
I don't like dry fit.
Well, I don't know, there's one cotton,
No.
Oh, it's gonna be beige or white?
yeah, we're still, again, like I said, we're still thinking about what we want to finalize.
This is 80th Hacken.
In gray.
Hasu.
Hasu in Inalåhan.
Isn't this nicer? I mean, look at like, this is nicer, the whole thing instead of, look at the apartment.
Yeah.
What is, so it's cream or beige? Is that what it is?
I'll send
Yes,
it to
there's a-
you,
there's a
out
white
to
option.
Roy and Cassandra, and, okay, you got it?
Should be great.
To Benny and.
I can see it from a distance.
Yeah, I don't like
The cutoff.
yeah, I don't like the cutoff either.
And then it makes it look like a tank top.
Yeah, I like that full picture though, but I don't know if I want the entire picture of my.
But let me show you guys another option.
Can be a portion.
Maybe I'll just send one.
Cassandra Beach.
I kind of like the faded out.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Which is the faded out, which one?
Fade it out.
The one
There's
that
that
you
one, the one I
sent.
said.
What, oh, he just
But
said.
the problem with that is people are gonna like, what is that?
As big as my shirt is, you can't get.
Yeah,
Well, I
because,
will be the model for that day.
because you know why, can you imagine this like on a really, yeah, it's gonna be like white screen, right? Yeah.
Same, the big screen.
Or you don't need to make it that
This is
big.
nice, yeah.
So the faded one is what you,
Oh, here, I need to send the faded one.
maybe you guys can help us see something up.
The one.
I don't like
Yeah,
the-
someone is on.
What color is the shirt with the faded one?
It's like tan or.
But should it go all the way to the sleeve?
I like it all.
Because it's like
Like
it's
you
faded
said,
out.
it's like a tent.
I think that looks nicer to the last one.
The faded out?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks nicer.
because this is, I think, a little bit too much, right?
Too loud.
Too bright.
Too loud.
But like I said, we don't have Isaiah's ideas, I guess.
That's it, that's what I said.
But this is another idea again, so, you like that faded out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which are Isaiah's, all of these?
The three
No,
that I
it's just
said.
the last one.
Oh.
I got
The
that
three
from,
that I said,
print
and
shop.
What the heck is that? Your book?
It's a notification.
Oh, you?
No.
But can they take another picture without the shaded areas?
The
Yeah,
shadow,
just
Yeah, the
concept.
the shadow, right?
I think it'll be cheap.
But I really like the beige color.
You do another picture that's a little.
Oh,
Oh, and can the flower be more like a plumeria?
It is a familiar.
No, look, that does not look like a plumeria.
It's same.
doesn't have Florita.
Oh,
You know, it's like in your ear.
Like
No,
this.
we're not competing, huh, so we just have to be the best.
well,
Very nice.
If I'm gonna wear it. Oh,
I want to open
we're
it.
only gonna come if we get this to wear.
So we have been foretold to submit your leaves ahead of time for July 17th.
I don't know. I can use it as a government function. It's liberation. It's part of the liberation and all the memorial.
Mr. Director, thank you for telling me that. I'm gonna use it for myself.
Oh, even me?
Cannot DOE.
We're not coming.
Okay, anyways, let's continue the conversation. Our intention is to do a food survey here as well, and if you guys.
Denny,
I thought it first.
Is that right?
No, no, go ahead.
Yeah, so our intention here is to do a serving again. It's gonna be, like I said, at 8
Sandwiches.
Are we able to use
Solid food or food or?
for cater?
Everything's that.
No, we're doing
Can I see the
solid,
bundle
solid
there?
foods are a choice.
I think we can,
Yeah.
We're gonna verify with the host rules.
God, I was giving him
It's a community event.
That or
uses
are
of
we using
funds.
others giving hands or
There's no money yet.
No money.
this Friday, we should have something?
We just fundraised was broken. You can use it for youth, senior and community centers, recreation areas.
Senior center, that's a senior center down there?
Yeah.
That's an collaboration for them.
No.
Freaking big man.
No? That's, I thought you mastered that already.
I think you have to tie it in and not say food.
Youth, senior community centers, recreation areas include parks, sports fields, and
Yeah.
public gathering areas.
yeah, we're going to,
It'll be a public gathering area.
Oh, it's not a memorial, it's a park now?
I mean,
Memorial Park.
Memorial Park. So we have 7,558.50 as of June 5th, according to
That's today.
the treasurer's report.
But that doesn't, there's still some pending checks that were given out. So some of these people that you see on the May Fiestas that they won, they haven't deposited their check yet. So we still have.
It hasn't cleared.
Yeah, they still have some.
So this is not the real number.
It's higher. But this, if all
Yes,
checks
the real number
clear.
as of right now, but
Yeah,
to be
if all
clear.
checks clear.
It'll be
that's what we
lower.
have.
Yeah,
it'll
so
be lower.
if we motion to allow the mayor to use money from this host community fund for the July 17 memorial, is there gonna be enough by that time?
No, what is your next, receipt?
Well, we're anticipating the next deposit to be made in July.
But when? Because this is July,
July 18th.
So these are not.
July 17th.
These are not the best information.
yeah,
Not
the
yet.
event is July 17.
So the disbursement might come July 18th.
These are not all.
Not all of it is the.
Not all.
How are they not clear?
Because I still have checks that I've written out that they haven't.
5 more days, if they don't pick it up, we're putting it back into the account.
I mean, this is a register, right? pretty much, and as you write a check, or those funds have already been,
It should have been already been
They should-
subtracted.
they should have already been subtracted
Yeah.
to get to the balance. Because you should already anticipate it being cashed or see that.
Yeah, cleared or not.
Cleared or not, yeah.
So when I first started as the administrative assistant, the previous AD was using a bank account, like the online banking account, to give out what's the balance. So if I was to come in and, I didn't even know what I was doing. So I just followed what she did, started with the bank account, the last one she had recorded, and then I started.
What does your check register say? You know, wherever you write the checks on, are you keeping the register?
She couldn't find that one, so that one was just. So I'm working with Linda because even Linda was telling me they were supposed to have that. So I'm working with Linda, so we're trying to.
And just, how much do you think we will need for the War Memorial event?
There will be nothing, just put it out. No,
No, I mean, I'm just saying, if we
I think
were
we're,
able to use money, how much do you think we would need? 2,000
3,000.
for the food alone, drinks, catering, for how many people do you think?
Minimum of 100?
Remember, the lower the number, the more expensive.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of,
When does it run out,
people that follow that,
You have the military, you have,
Yeah, both local,
Yeah.
and the one, like you said,
mayors,
the
show up.
elderly
are we
center.
saying 200, 250?
No, 100, I think is.
100 people?
So if it was $12 a plate, 100 people would be like
1,200.
$1,200.
Champacos is the cheapest catering.
Can you get quotes for
that?
for
catering?
100
It's just, I don't mind saying we motion for 3,000 and whatever you don't use, we just return back, but my worry is that if you don't have any money in the account, come July 17th event.
We'll make that motion, then.
Wait, this is our third one, right? So based on the number of people that have attended, how many do you think?
Yeah, at least 100.
I think there was more than 100, Mayor.
I know, but it's a
No, I
thing,
don't think
that
so.
baseline not to go below, and we like want to say at 100 minimum.
So if I said 150, and then I'm sure that if we could find other donations to shore up, other
This
things.
is the 80th Liberation Celebration, it's
Gonna be a lot of people,
you know, that,
Also, there might be more.
yep, especially for
because
military.
the front office is pushing for a big attendance.
I ran into the, Mr. Flores, the Naked Foundation, he was really pumped up about this one. He was excited, he said to me, he still has more to do with our
So we
work.
cater-
So go ahead and make a motion.
So we cater for 200?
No, that's too much.
Too much?
150.
150?
Okay, you gotta do the resolution. If we're using host community fund.
So when you make the motion, then you do the resolution. The motion has to be made first. and
No, I
then-
think what we can do is we can make the motion to allow the mayor to use up to 3,000 following the creation of the resolution. And that we go ahead and approve everything at this meeting, so that way the resolution can be executed already without it having, for us to convene a special meeting to approve it.
Because I think you have to approve it first before you go resolution.
But they should have had
If
the
you're putting a
resolution
dollar
already.
amount, it has to be done, any
Yeah.
expenditure.
It
So
has
if
to
you're
be already
approving, so I think what we could do is make a motion to look into getting all quotes and all that, so we can look at the dollar amount and then do a resolution. And say, we here request to appropriate the amount of 2,000.
So we have to call a special meeting.
No, we have to have a July meeting anyways.
Which on the same day as the.
No, we're gonna have to meet earlier.
Okay, yeah, go to the basketball court.
Okay, so then,
So what, 3,000?
so we'll get the quotes, we'll turn the resolution, and then we vote in the meeting
Yes.
for that, so
Give us your
17, that'll be the 10th.
So no need to make a motion now? Because we're gonna wait until the next.
Yeah.
meeting.
July 4th is a Thursday.
Thursday,
I don't
yeah.
know why I thought it was a Monday. I was planning on going.
So no need for the motion now,
No need.
So no need
until
for-
the next meeting?
Yeah. We just asked that if you can go ahead and look into quotes and all that, so we can get a figure.
And create the
And then we can
resolution.
Create the resolution.
So July 10th, that is when we will meet, July 10th.
So quotes to be obtained for catering for up to 100 people?
150
Up
For,
to 150 people.
For the memorial event.
Yeah.
for the 80th has
For
to.
one memorial.
As part of the liberation, the 80th liberation.
Giving the quote that includes the service and
So we don't have to do anything, we just show.
You show the last picture that I received, huh?
Yeah,
and what it is on the resolution to it?
And the resolution also to be made that day for its approval.
Yes.
So after the discussion and the award, then they'll put in the resolution. And it'll be resolution 2024-01.
Really, it's the first resolution of this year?
Herm's never had resolution.
Okay.
So Jay, that's your resolution 2024.
But this will also, this could possibly include
I mean,
purchasing of leis, include all of that.
The 3,000?
No, in the price quote, so at least give us an idea. And we only approve what, like if we give out the leis for
Purchase giveaways,
VIP.
he said.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, that's for the shirt.
So, no, we would just like to include the quotes.
The quote.
Because it is cheaper if you go to Manila for them. It's cheaper if you go to through GBV for them. Because Mariana's, what do you call it?
That's expensive.
Handicraft is like $15, $18 per lane.
Oh, so you're gonna obtain quotes for catering?
Yeah, for
150
anything,
and
everything
any
related
giveaway?
to, because we want to give like, the shirts, he's gonna look for a sponsor, but the leis that we give to the governor, the LT, the military personnel for War Memorial, the elders, we might want to give them, we don't need to go the fancy leis, just, it'd be nice to give out. Something they can take with them. So just include a variety of.
Okay, moving on to the order of statue now. So just a quick update, so the statue is done. What I've been working with the guy back here is because the local shipper here, CEBA, yeah, so the shipper here in Guam is working on, so we need to go from the point of where they build this statue to the Manila port, and then from Manila port to Guam. So right now the shipping cost coming out of Manila right now looks like right around $3,000 something, but it's from the point of where they manufacture to the port. I just spoke to the guy and he's saying that the cost is going to be right around $650, but it also the shipper from Guam wanted it to be in a crate, whereas opposed it was supposed to just come like in a bubble wrap, but they wanted it in a crate because they don't want others to have to pay a high insurance for it. Where when it's crated, it's there's no real cost of insurance.
Prevents damage.
Huh?
The crate will prevent.
Yeah.
damage.
So it's $1,500 to build the crates, and they're doing that now. And $650 to transport it from where it's made down to the Manila port.
So
There's more expenses?
inland freight,
Or is this part of the approved expense?
Is part of the, but I'm saying, no, there's gonna be an additional expense. Remember what was approved at the time was primarily for the building of it?
And the shipping?
Well, at the time, I remember I didn't know the price of the shipping. So there's a $3,500 balance from that. But I'm saying that it's gonna be eaten up with all of this. So I don't know yet what the final numbers are. I've been trying to aggressively get a number down tonight so I can share with you. All I know is preliminary is about 3,000 plus.
so packaging of inland freight is $2,150
Yes. To the Manila port.
just to the port, and then
From the port to Guam is right around 3,000 plus. But again, those numbers are still not
2,000 plus.
final. So it'll be the total minus 3,500 is kind of what we're looking at.
We approved $11,500,
Right, yeah.
but this is for both the statue and the plumerias.
That's
Are we
correct.
also getting the plumeria?
Yes,
So are you saying this 11,500 won't be enough to ship it and build the crate?
no,
So 5150 is total shipping inland and.
So how much more? do we-
Guam and Guam,
yeah.
together.
No more.
So that's additional 5,150 for crating it up and inland freight.
Yeah, that's just again projected cost. I don't know yet what the final numbers are.
So we're looking at another $5,000?
No. That's enough.
Cancel the catering.
Like I said, I don't wanna, man, I kind of didn't wanna, because I don't want the numbers to be all mixed up. I don't have a definite number.
Well, we're looking at 3,000 from,
From Manila to
1,500 from Manila to port.
No, that's to build the crate.
2150, I mean, sorry, 2,150 from the point of origin to the port.
Right. And then another additional 1,500 for the crate built.
Yeah.
From PI to Guam.
No,
No,
that's,
that's
No,
Province to
listen,
port.
The
listen first.
2,150
From the manufacturer to Manila port,
is $650.
$650. Then an additional 1,500 for
To
the
build the
crate
crate
built.
So it's,
Then from Manila to Guam
is
is
2,150.
2,150.
So how much is that? That's an additional that we need to appropriate?
2,000, well, I don't wanna, see, I'm not gonna ask you that now, because I don't know what the numbers are.
So this is inland. It's an
Who's doing
ocean
the
freight.
ocean freight?
SEVA, the name of company here in Guam is SEVA, CEVA.
So what did the 11,500 pay for?
Just the statue and the plumeria.
And the fish.
And the fish.
You know, well, the whole, the statue.
The garden.
Yeah. You guys haven't seen the
We
video?
didn't include shipping because that petite girl was here saying, I work for a shipping company.
Believe it or not, that's the shipping company I'm working with.
Yeah,
That's the shipping company I'm working with.
but which shipping?
SEVA.
No, not the company, it's shipping from where?
From the
Manila to
port.
Guam?
Yes.
So
Port to
that
port.
portion's already covered.
No.
So what shipping in the 11,500 does it cover?
That's what I'm
Or
asking
Dr.
the mayor.
No,
Oh,
nothing.
yes, on the quote, they're not shipping,
Yes.
on the quote, that's why you asked for 11,000.
That's what,
You weren't here, Mayor, to
Maybe
people.
Remember
it's
how
not-
you were all, you were mentioning that. we
Maybe
had- we
it's not
asked it
gonna
when you weren't
go,
here.
maybe it's not gonna be applied to the shipping because it needs to be,
that what was approved was 15,000.
There it is. The lapu lapu. There's the lapu lapu. But there's several quotes, so look at the
Yeah,
other thing.
so we did, for the statue, the God out, we did, peso, oh, forgot these are pesos. We did for the plumeria, we did the 8-foot swide. And we did 180,000 pesos.
Where were you?
We did for the statue, do we do the tagama or the lapu lapu? The lapu is 11 feet by 5 feet by 2 feet. The tagama is 16 feet by 6 feet by 2 feet. Which one did we do?
They're together, they're both,
Oh, so this total,
yeah.
so we didn't appropriate for the
How much did we appropriate in the?
11,500.
11,500.
11,500 was the total, what was approved was 15,000. So I'm saying there's 3,500 balance.
And we're assuming that would be eaten up by this
Yeah, so-
expense, which
so
would
let's
leave a
assume
balance
that-
of
So
approximately
let's
2,000.
assume the total was 5,000 altogether, we have 3,500, that means only a $1,500.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3,000.
Okay, so now I can get it.
15,000
15,000 you was
Yeah,
appropriated.
funding to support,
The 11,500 was for the statue and all that. Okay, the other one was the plumeria.
It's for both.
So we're looking for an additional 1650 to cover the shipping cost.
Potentially, but that's why I say I don't know the blue
Yeah.
Oh my God, he looks hot.
Did you see his back muscles?
Did you see his
Guys,
ass?
in the phone, I sent you guys the photo and the videos. You guys want to take some minutes look at it?
Mayor, this is gonna be like Chief Tonga in Tinian.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Looks so.
Okay, I'll get my old picture.
Oh, it's coming in pieces, you guys.
Look at the fish.
Only 11,500. Yeah.
Roy made the motion.
Oh, that's a plumeria.
Oh, and his arm is gone. No,
Can I put one plumeria?
Valley, you kind of get 15 and 11.
no, it's 11,500.
If you find one missing, mind your business.
His legs are so ripped, but his feet so.
Oh, look at the plumeria.
I know.
Okay. So we need to correct that, figure that out.
So we need an additional,
Yes,
but now,
because if it's the 11,005, then there's no balance. You may have to do the 5,000, right? If there is, if we did actually
What's the balance?
appropriate 50, did you have a treasury report that shows the dollar amount? Right, so we need to pull that out and see what the dollar amount is. Because if it is 15,000, then we have.
I'm saying if it was a $15,000 was appropriated.
There's about 3,500 left.
oh, but it wasn't, the minister said.
Well, she's gonna check the recording.
Oh.
I remembered 11.5, I don't, honestly, I don't remember the 15. But I might be, ready?
Well, let's see, put 20.
I give it back to you. Okay, so if we can verify, then that's
This is all
gonna,
fiberglass?
we'll have to figure out the appropriation amount. And then, we're gonna have to do, a resolution as
I
well.
think it was about the waist.
Even the case?
Okay, and then we have to figure out the
No, that's-
Should I
resolution.
start it?
Okay, anything else? Okay, now in your phone. Anything else in the got out?
Unless we're going back to the seat now.
What meeting was that, Sal?
You know what I have to do?
February 21?
Remove Uncle Frank.
Maybe you go
Can we start with the chat?
For that voice chat.
We said,
We'll do a voice chat on the phone.
no. Don't you dare.
Can we move on?
Yes.
Okay, so we're now down at open special meeting announcements. I just wanted to kind of just say that I met with the governor and there are several things that I am asking for to move forward. As you guys know, we already did the groundbreaking for the office. So we're looking at around 10 to 12 months for the completion of that project. So sometime like this year, this time next year. I've asked the governor for several things. Number one, to repave the road, and I've been asking, I know I'm repeating myself here maybe, but I know from poultry farm down to the end of the Inalåhan Middle School, we're asking for repaving of that.
I thought it was on the schedule.
There was on the, I'm sorry, yeah, there was a schedule, but of course, there's been a lot of delays, the Route 14B was not. So a lot of these other road projects kind of took over that, but we're still on the schedule though. Or still on a schedule, I don't know the timelines are there, but that's there. I also asked for the boat ramp to be worked on in the Surfside area. I also asked for.
Fire chief mentioned something that they were
Yeah.
doing, I mean, that was, in line
Even
with
the,
the
even the
project.
chief of police, because we're asking them to tap into their boating safety grant.
He was telling me some of the projects that's on the table,
Yeah.
and the boat ramp was one.
So groundbreaking, the anticipated time is 10 to 12 months, right, for your office?
That's correct.
The-
We just wanted to kind of announce
Don't you
you guys that I had a meeting with the governor. I had a meeting with the lieutenant governor on this. Same topics, but I had a separate meeting now with the governor, kind of just re-emphasizing and letting him know that it's important to her that things get done.
So you did a follow-up?
Yes, and so because the lieutenant governor was off island at the time when I drove this last week, I believe. Then the boat ramp, I'm also asking for a police precinct, eastern police precinct to be built here in the village. That's still under consideration. And primarily because
Here in Inalåhan?
yes,
Isn't that? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was project for telephone?
yes, so what I'm saying, I'm asking ma'am, I mean, she's, no action has been happening, I'm still fighting that, be given that to,
You want a full-blown precinct?
yes. that's gonna be responsible for the eastern side of the island. We have nothing
Where
right
would you recommend it? Coach?
right up there by the fire stations,
There's more Bura property?
yeah, that's all, property that can be developed. Government property can be developed.
The boat ramp, you,
Yeah, the boat ramp over at Surfside, again, the things that I know I said to you guys is, there's been a 30% design submitted already from, it was done by an architectural firm, I forget the name, but anyways, it was turned over from DITA over to Public Works, and the thing about the initial boat ramp, it had all the bells and whistles, and like, it had like a literally like state of the art, and I'm not asking for that, because that would be taking up to around $4 million, so there's been a little bit hesitation from the administration because of the price tag on it, so I'm asking that they reduce the requirements, or, take out all the bells and whistles. I mean, they wanted to do it where you're able to leave boats overnight, and we don't really care for that. We just need an easy access in and out of there. And then the last one is to finish off our gym being covered up there in, by the senior center.
It's gonna be like Manila, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah,
thank you. But with the gym, you're working with someone for funding or?
well, working with the administration, governor, telling governor, because, they'll be able to identify where they can get the funding for all this.
Just an announcement for this Friday, June 7 is God Out Giving Hands fundraiser.
Please,
Please come.
we're all in that same group.
What time?
6 to 10.
Did
Where
you,
at?
did you sell your tickets?
Icon, Club Icon in 2 months.
Wait, the tickets are still outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I was just saying regarding the garden giving hand, so we had someone buy 100 tickets, but the only team took 4. So the remaining tickets we can resell at the door. It's pretty much a donation, so in case you guys are wondering, we have tickets to sell at the door, I'm sorry.
What, are you making it, you're gonna take it in as a donation?
No, somebody bought the ticket, but they don't want the ticket, so we can
Yeah, but you
resell
can
it.
resell it.
Why?
So you
You
just
can
hold
sell
it,
my tickets first.
no, you just hold it and that whole $10 comes to the nonprofit group.
What $10?
So they
The
got,
entire
yeah, they
ticket.
got,
No, but
So,
already we secured the house.
They bought 10
bought it already.
tickets. They, took 4 only, so there's 6 tickets
No,
left.
they took 100 tickets.
Oh, 100 tickets. They
so
paid
$1,000.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
so they bought 4 tickets for $1,000.
So the tickets that you, otherwise we won't have any tickets at the door. Remember I said, let's do 500, but we only did 300. So if people are coming to the door, we're not gonna have any tickets to sell. So
We
I'm
can
saying
just
sell
put
those,
1,000 as
you
a
just make more.
resale. Yeah,
No.
but mine is like 4 tickets.
Are you sure they didn't report the numbers?
No.
Was it cash or check?
Check.
They made a donation.
But we need to let the donor know that.
Oh, no, that's what they told me, that go ahead and resell it. They don't want it.
So we'll receive it as a donation, not,
Not a
So,
yes.
in other words, they only, paid for 4
4.
tickets.
yeah.
Right, because they took 4.
Never gonna go there.
Your own.
So anyways. Any motion to adjourn the next meeting?
Wait,
is July 17th? I mean,
July
July
7th.
10, right?
July
July
10th.
10.
Next week.
Wait.
Next
July
meeting is
10.
July 10.
July 10th.
I'll be all fired.
You better check your flight to
I
Coco's.
think I'm.
We make sure that,
Wait, we didn't make a motion.
we get the, quotes in, we get the resolutions ready by then,
By July.
and then send it to us so we can approve it, when we all get here.
I move to adjourn.
I second.
Okay, motion to adjourn by Stephanie, seconded by Joe. Those in
Yeah.
favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
No, quit.
So who is your generous donor? Of $1,000?